Good evening and welcome to On the Couch. I'm Jabril Garlick.
And I'm Olivia Fasano. To start off our show today, we're here with Kayla Harris and Mahala Robertson, members of the dance club Atomic Legacy. How are you guys today?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Fine, thank you.
So can you give us a little bit of a background on your dance club and how, when you guys started and what you guys are all about?
Well, we were founded in 2011, and we were chartered with the ASA in 2012 as a African hip hop dance crew, really just to bring the aesthetics and the different cultures, different genres, different styles of dance, not just African and hip hop, together, uniting the dance community amongst Rowan.
So you said you have different types of dance. Is there any specific ones you lean towards more, or
we do it all?
We do it all. We do it all. But I personally love African dance.
I love
we
hip-hop.
do. Her preference is hip hop, so us coming together was really great. A great team effort, and really trying to encapsulate our team together.
So you kind of work off of each
Yeah,
other,
work off of each
teach
other
each
for the
other.
most part. Yeah.
Blending different dances together?
Yeah. Yeah, for the most part.
What kind of past performances have you guys done and participated in, maybe in the town or maybe just at school?
The most recent one was the step show with
the Brothers of A Phi A Fraternity Incorporated. So they have a step show annually every year, and they invite different fraternities and sororities and different dance clubs on campus to come and perform and showcase their talents.
So that's more of a performance type of thing, but do you actually compete?
I wouldn't say compete. Mostly is more social, more social events and performances on campus, but not competition.
No.
What do you guys have maybe auditions or tryouts for your group that maybe people that don't know about it would be interested in?
Yeah, every semester, in the beginning of the semester, we have auditions. So our auditions for the fall semester were in September, and so then we would now be having auditions in January in the spring semester.
So you kind of have to have a little bit of experience to try out, or do you help and teach and coach throughout?
I wouldn't say
sometimes?
Experience, because we're open to all dances. You just have to be really willing to
Work
hard,
hard.
have fun, catch on to the choreography. But for the most part, we want it to be a safe space for dancers, a place where everyone can come to share their gifts, grow in their gifts. So we don't really push away people, but for the most part, we do want people to come in with the same mindset of being hard workers.
So for your club, is this just a passion of yours, or is it something you really want to do in the future?
It's a passion of mine. This is actually my major, so this is something I do want to do in my life, in my career. So
It's a passion of mine. I've been dancing since I was 3, but RTF was my major actually.
Really?
But, I love to dance, so yeah.
So how does a typical practice or meeting go?
Well, we start promptly at 8 o'clock.
Yep.
We come in, we stretch really well, because you can't have dancers not stretched and hurting themselves on stage, And then if that day we have new choreography, we teach that, we learn that, perfect that, clean that up, as well as go over old choreography that we may need for our next upcoming show.
Do you guys have any future shows, planned, or anything you're participating in?
December 8th is our next show.
Yeah.
It's a benefit concert.
Notes of Hope.
Yeah, Allison Stoner actually is the host of it. So, yeah, you can catch us there.
So, do you both do dancing outside of this club, or do you just mainly stay with this club, or?
Yeah.
I'm dancing every day because those are my classes, but I also am on and treasurer of Dance Extensions, which is a modern contemporary company on campus.
Yeah, dance is my minor outside of the club, and I'm also vice president of 3D Dance Crew, so
That's awesome. So you guys are really encompassed in this.
Yeah.
3D Dance Crew, is that another group within Rowan? Or
it's actually 4 dance teams on Rowan's campus.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, 3D Dance Crew basically is a hip hop dance team, but they do more so modern dances, but also like, you know, they're pushing more hip hop on that team too. So, yeah.
And do both the dance crews you're involved in also, you know, perform with the school and maybe in the surrounding areas?
Yeah.
Do you do anything like any performances or anything by yourself, like not with a team, like anything by yourself?
Like having our own event?
Like solo, basically, in a sense, I guess, yeah.
No, but it could possibly be in
Yeah.
the plan. It could possibly be in the plan. Yeah.
But does Atomic have like their own, you know, event?
We are thinking about having an open class with Atomic, so people who may not have the same confidence to actually get up on stage to perform can actually come into our studio space and dance with us just to have fun, learn choreography with us, and just have a great time.
So you said you wanted this is your major, this is the career path that you want to take. Do you want to teach dance, or is it like?
For me, I think I want to do it in steps. So like performing, then probably teaching, going back to get my master's in dance, just so that I could create a bigger career out of it. Maybe teach, you know, in the university, just do more.
With it,
I don't know what the path has, but I'm open to it.
That, yeah.
Kayla, for you, does dance being your minor, you know, help you in any way for like your major or something, like to help you branch out at all?
It helps me network with different people. So I've met plenty of people that dance, but like they also do something with video too. So being that I do want to be in the TV industry and eventually have my own production company, you know, I can like network with those people to, you know, create something bigger than what.
Absolutely.
So like with networking for both of you, do you find it easy or hard to try to not get jobs, I would say, but like get into like dance?
I understand what you're saying. I think it depends on what realm or genre of dance that depicts your networking. Your networking depends on also you and how you kind of approach the situation and put yourself out there. But it is imperative that you network in this field, or you won't really get anywhere. So.
Well, it was nice to talk to you, hear about your dancing and your club. Welcome back. So we just heard from Atomic Legacy, and now we are joined by Michelle Dunk, CEO of In Between Girls.
Hi, Michelle. How are you?
Great. How are you guys?
Good.
Fine, thanks.
So, could you give a little synopsis, you know, mission statement for In Between Girls?
Sure. In Between Girls is designed to inspire, enlighten, and empower young girls. We take teenage girls who are positive role models, and we pair them up with tween girls, ages 8 to 12, and they're paired up based on their compatibility and like interest. And then I teach them inspiring topics, empowering topics, including their emotional intelligence, which is guiding them to who they are and what they're meant to do here.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And you had mentioned parents. What advice would you have for parents who are skeptical or just not sure like which route to take in this situation? Like they weren't taught these things themselves.
Yeah.
And so now they're raising their children, but their children won't completely have it unless they're able to.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm spiritual, so I would say pray. Because my mom used to say, just pray to him. That was her advice to me. So I kind of took over that. But in essence, what she really meant by that was to connect with who you really are. Your gut, your intuition is so on target. And that's the part the adults have lost connection with. That's the part I teach the girls to stay connected to. In other words, you have this little piece of universal energy inside of you that you were born with, that knows what you want, that knows how to get there, that knows the tools and gifts and talents that you have to bring to the world that no one else has. And when we stop listening to that, that's when we get uncertain. That's when we have little messes. That's when we get depressed or anxious or angry or jealous or whatever it is. It's just a signal that we've turned away from who we are and what we're supposed to be doing. So I would say to those parents, reconnect to that gut instinct, to that intuition, and follow it. It's your best teacher, it's your best guidance. And get support. There's
yeah.
other parents
absolutely.
that you know are in the same boat, including me. And the more we have to communicate with each other, the better.
What type, going back to like the kids that you like deal with, what type of activities do you do with them, for them, to teach them like that self-confidence, boost that they need?
Several things. So one of the things that happen, I'll give you a synopsis of how the program runs. So they meet with their mentor one-on-one, and so they have their time to really just communicate things that are going on. I have a teenage daughter, so she's a mentor this year. So she'll sit with her tween and she'll talk to her about things that are going on in her life and tell her how she handled it when she went through it. Yeah. So what's really cool about that is either A, they get to feel really powerful with the knowledge that they have now and really feel like they have purpose and meaning, or B, if they made any mistakes, perceived mistakes, I don't really necessarily believe there's such a thing, but if they made a decision that they didn't feel great about, they have an opportunity to teach about it and make that decision have power and help someone else avoid either that wrong turn or make a decision that makes them feel empowered. So it's a really cool thing. And then after that one-on-one time is when I sit down and teach them about that emotional intelligence. We call it our inner spark, but it basically is that gut feeling, it's that soul, it's that intuition, whatever you want to call it, whatever it means to you. And I do that very interactively. You can tell I use my hands a lot. I'm very articulate. I keep it interesting for them. I know that they all have different levels of understanding. One of the things that I always tell the parents, I will plant the seed. I don't know when they'll grow on that, when they'll apply that, but it's in there. So some girls are like super open to it and want to talk about it all the time, and some girls are more reserved and you know that it's coming at a later time, but in their divine timing. So that's cool. The last thing that we do is do an activity together. Sometimes that's games, sometimes that's projects, most of the time it's some kind of craft that correlates to the topic that we are speaking about that day. But we do workshops, we have fundraising events, we have bonding, parent bonding, we have yoga, we have all kinds of things that we do to enforce that message. Our biggest event of the year is coming up December 3rd. It's called the Sugar Plum Fairy Holiday Tea. The reason it's a tea is my mom was a tea drinker, and she, every conversation, important, sad, happy, decision you had to make was over tea. If you were sick, we had tea and toast. Yes. Oh, you should have brought me tea. Yes, I'm a tea drinker too. But so there's like no tea at this event. It's like in the corner somewhere because it's grown to like 400 people, so it's really hard to have a tea party. But we have this amazing display of this Sugar Plum Fairy dessert bar and candy bar. There's Santa, there's balloon artists, there's a face painting, there's a photographer, there's a photo booth, there's DJ dancing, there's an auction. It's amazing. And it's our biggest fundraiser. So although that doesn't seem like it's enforcing a lot of the topics that I speak about, it is. It's giving the girls an opportunity to show who they are and express that they're our brand and they're walking, empowering people that they've learned to be.
It's also like bonding. Like you're with all the girls, parents, everybody. So it's a huge bonding experience.
Being around like people and having fun has so much healing power and empowering tools that you can't even imagine. I agree with that.
You had mentioned that your mentors. How do you go about choosing mentors to? I mean, mentor obviously. How do you?
Well, so in the beginning, they kind of chose us. In other words, when I decided to do this, I called out to a few women that were in this women's group with me and said, would you help? One of the women in particular had a teenage daughter who was running her own type of almost mentoring program. She was going to I can't think of what I want to call it, but elderly homes to bring little talent shows to them and give them some love and some entertainment and some conversation. And so I knew she was definitely the type of girl that we wanted in the program. She was a stellar role model. So I went to her first. I told her what the idea was. She was on board. I said, now do you have friends like you? And she brought some friends like her. And then that's how it worked. We interviewed them. them. They have to have recommendations. They have training. We go through the whole, you know, bracket to make sure that they really are girls in the community that are going to represent not only our program well, but be good role models for these young girls that are looking up to them. And from there, it's snowballed. We have a waiting list for mentors. We have a waiting list for tweens. It's just a program that has honestly grown beyond anything I couldn't have imagined when it started. Yeah, in my living room, just a tiny idea.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
So how can, like, you know, outside, I know you have a wait list, but like, is there maybe other things people can do to get involved? Like,
well, I always say, yes. I'll give you the short answer, yes. But the long answer is, you don't have to be an in-between girls to be a mentor.
To be able to, yeah.
Right? You guys are mentors. Everybody here is a mentor. You set the example. You pass along your knowledge. You give when you can. So you don't have to be an in-between girls. However, what we do is super unique, and I'm very aware of that, and we're trying to expand it. So if they want to be a part of what we do, we have events throughout the year that are open to the public because we want this message. We want that energy that you're talking about that can happen during a fun event to be out there. So go on our website, check that out. It's www.inbetweengirls.org. We have a Facebook page that is updated the most. And the girls, the mentors themselves actually take over our Instagram page, so you can find out there. But there's applications to fill out and get on our wait list for the following year. We're already in session, so we're full for this year, but next year they would be interviewed and we would choose, because every year girls are graduating. I mean, this is how it works. Someone's going to fill your shoes eventually. The same thing. We just keep rolling over, taking in as many girls as we possibly can.
absolutely.
So I had read that your husband works with the, I don't want to call it company. I'm sorry. Works with the
the organization.
He
He doesn't necessarily. He's kind of a silent partner, as he is at home. No, I'm just kidding. He's actually a huge reason that I could do this. Right. So he's one of the board members, and he is my sounding board at home. He's the one that knows. Okay, reel it in, Michelle. That idea is going to, like, you know, put us over the edge. So he's really good at keeping me in, you know, a vision that's doable within the period of time that I have and the resources we have available.
So you would, or would you say that it's very, very important to have husbands, fathers, brothers?
Absolutely.
Like to instill this within, or get this instilled within themselves, and then to also help with.
Absolutely. I think these days, more than ever, men, boys, male role models are so important because the roles are changing. For many, many years, women were not looked upon as equal in the workforce and home and all of that, and we're still not there, but all of a sudden we're saying women are being empowered and they're standing up and they're having a voice, and what is the role of the male? And it has kind of changed and shifted, and I want to make sure that we're not losing touch with that. I'm a female, obviously. I have two sisters and I have two girls, so I speak the love language of the woman. So I'm really good at communicating to the women. I think the men and boys have different love languages, and so I feel comfortable having male role models or women that have sons speak to them. So it's the reason it's in between girls is really because that's who I know and who I'm surrounded with. But as far as what I do with our work is I have father-daughter bonding events. We have events that we bring in the male because, and all of our workshops are open to both parents because it really is a group effort without a doubt, 100%.
Well, this is very, very, very interesting, I think.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it was nice to talk to you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you for coming today and talking to us.
Thanks for having me, guys.
Let's go back to Victoria and Danny with Word on the Street.
So we are out here this week for some reason promoting Disney, and I'm out here raging against the machine that Disney has become.
Disney.
It's very corporate greed
to
inspired these days, so don't tell them I said that, but we're here to find out which side people are on, for or against Disney.
Disney.
Be against. I'm not a big fan of Disney anymore, are you?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I am.
He is.
Oh,
so
God.
is it Lilo or is it Stitch?
Stitch.
Stitch.
I think you scared the boy. You can't coerce him into believing one thing.
Stitch.
What do you think?
It's definitely.
What do you prefer?
I feel like Stitch is more of a sidekick to Lilo. but he definitely makes the show.
Yeah, I agree. So he is a Disney fan, 1-0.
I think you brainwashed him, just like the channel does. Hey guy. Hey guy.
Up here.
Hey you.
Are you a Disney fan? Are you a Disney fan? Do you like Disney? How about Lilo?
He doesn't like Disney.
Look at my sleeves. Right or left? Stitch. So he is a Disney fan. 2-0.
Excuse me. Do you believe that Disney is brainwashing their audience? Oh, well, I guess she's brainwashed into not being on TV, participating in college things.
Wow.
Thanks.
Disney fan? Are you a Disney fan? No. You're not?
Yes, he's not a Disney. Perfect. So, are you raging against the machine that is? What the? See this guy with his stupid beer pants? Don't talk to him.
Are you a Disney fan?
Yes.
A Disney.
Oh, dagnabbit.
So that's 3-0 because of Disney.
No,
What's
it's
your
half
favorite
point.
Disney movie? Moana. You heard it. Moana. That's Disney. He's a Disney
Okay,
fan.
but would you agree that they're gouging people for money now?
From what?
For money? They're a cash machine, dude.
No, they're not. It's just Disney. It's a whole new world.
What's going on?
Are you for or against Disney?
He's a Disney fan.
For.
Yeah.
4. Oh no.
4-0. He said it. He's 4, so
4-1.
it's 4-0.
Why don't you count my point?
No, because I'm winning. Disney's
Well,
always
the beer
winning.
guy was mean, but it still counts.
No, I'm winning. See?
So, Vicky and Danny's segment about Disney. What are your takes on?
I mean, I'm a big Disney fan, honestly.
Same,
I love every movie they come out with. Moana.
Yeah, that one. I actually just seen that like months after it came out, but yeah,
Oh
it
God.
was really good.
So, I love Moana. It's the cutest movie.
And like Disney World, going to Disney World, I've been there twice. Once.
Me too.
When I was younger, and then for senior trip, and I was in high school.
Your school did that?
Yeah.
My school didn't do that.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I went to public school. They didn't really
So
do
did
it.
I.
They didn't do that for me.
I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. I mean, like Danny said, it is a whole lot of money, but
It is.
I do think it is worth it.
Disney's always fun. I
Yeah.
mean, I've also been there only twice. I went there when I was 1 year old, so I don't remember absolutely anything. But I went another time when I was 10 years old. I went when I used to be in cheerleading. We had to go there for a competition, like nationals. And I always had a great time. It was so much fun when I went.
Oh my God. So moving into our hot topic segment of today. Today is election day. Sorry, yes, today is election day. So if you have not went out to the polls and voted, you should go do that if you feel as though you need to. I actually didn't vote, and I wasn't planning
Me either.
to.
So
I didn't. Yeah, the only time that I voted was for the 2016 presidential election last year. So yeah, that was interesting.
Yeah. But I mean, if you have a strong feeling for governor for the state of New Jersey, absolutely go out there, get your last minute votes in. It's incredibly important. I just don't live in the nearby area to do that. So absolutely go put your vote out there. Even if you can't attend a poll in the nearby area, go to, hopefully you filled out an absentee ballot, which means that you can just, if you're not in your district, you can fill out one and your vote will be counted. Next hot topic is about Meek Mill being sentenced to 2 to 4 years in prison for violating his probation.
I don't know. I just heard about this like today or yesterday or something, but I don't know.
I saw it on Twitter, and it was because Meek Mill, he had prior drug and weapon charges from 2009.
Okay.
So he violated his probation. There was a big word out from Jay-Z saying we stand and support Meek Mill and his return to his musical career, because in the court during his proceeding and everything, he mentioned like to the judge, like if I go away for 2 to 4 years, like this is gonna be the end of my musical career. So Jay-Z made a comment saying,
I don't know if you're familiar with Remy Ma. She went to jail for quite some time, but now she's back. So I mean, it can happen. I mean, I think it can happen.
Yeah.
But
when Lil Wayne went to jail, people still stood with him.
And he's still doing pretty good.
He's still doing music, so he's fine. Next up, we have another hot topic about Gossip Girl's Ed Westwick was accused of rape by actress Christina Cohen, and she said that the rape happened about 3 years ago in his home.
All these people coming out with these stories.
Yeah.
Hashtag me too. I don't, not literally me too, but I don't, I don't really, I mean, I'm all for, you know, everybody coming out and speaking the truth and everything, but it's just a lot right now.
In her Facebook post, Christina Cohen, that's where she, you know, came out and accused Ed Westwick of rape. In part of the Facebook post, she said that because in light of everybody coming out about, you know, the big Harvey Weinstein scandal and people, you know, tons of people coming out with that, she said that's when she felt comfortable enough to come out and talk about it.
Be able to, yeah.
And she made that post Monday night, so last night. And then this morning, Ed Westwick made a statement, like completely denying that it happened. He's like, I don't even know who she is. I've never spoke. He was like, don't even know her.
That's, I don't know where to side on that.
I mean,
you can end it.
Can't side. I don't know. You can't really side with that. I mean, we'll see when it comes to light, you know, about what happens with that. So that's all we have for you today. I'm Olivia Fasana.
And I am Jabril Garlick. Thanks for tuning in and have a great week.
Show right out again.
Okay, so we just talked again.
Yeah, so.